Hi, welcome to my channel. So today we are sketching out characters from frieren. We've got the main character, frieren, we've got Fern, and then we have Stark. And I thought I'd draw them just like peeking over the page with like just their eyes. Because I always think it's like really cute. I think I've seen other channels where they have those little emojis where they're peeking over, so I thought I'd do that with some characters for one of my favorite series. I think frieren came out in 2003? Not 2003, 2023. Yeah, it aired first in 2023 all the way through March in 2024, which was last year. And apparently the manga came out in 2020, and if I knew back in 2020 that this manga was out, I would probably be reading it. I definitely had way too much free time in 2020. And I feel like it's so fun if you like read a manga and then you have to wait for the series to come out. It just adds like another layer of excitement. You know, I think one of the series for that, for me, like the biggest one recently was Solo Leveling. Oh my gosh, when I read the manga for that, and then when it came out, and it's still like episodes are coming out, oh my gosh, those episodes feel so short each time they come out every week. I'm like, I wish they were longer, you know? That's just me getting sidetracked, but here I am drawing frieren. I'm just taking my number 8 micron liner and doing her eyeball. I sometimes like to switch from like a number 8 micron and like number 10 microns, sometimes even number 12, because I feel like you get like really smooth lines that are bigger. Oh, now I took a snack break because it's always good to take a break to eat, you know, get some yogurt, get some croissants, you know, if you want to be fancy. Definitely not fancy croissants at all, because they're okay. I think, you know, France would be insulted by my croissants. They probably would not call them that. Yeah. And now I'm just drawing frieren, just doing her bangs. Yeah, I almost didn't know where to put her eyebrows because it's just like hidden under the bangs. And some people like to do the eyebrows like that you can still see them through the bangs as if they're like transparent or they just show on top of them. I kind of did that with frieren where you can see her little eyebrows there, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to do that with Fern. I thought that would like not look as great, you know, if it went through all those lines. Yeah, and I tried to do their eyes like they were in the anime, so I searched up references of how their eyes looked. Well, the references that I used were from, if you search up a series, you can just go to their wiki, and then their Wikipedia for frieren has really good references of them that are like directly from the anime. I used to use like Pinterest to go find these things, but I would just run into a lot of like fan art, you know, which is good and great to see because I love some fan art from the show. But if you want to get like an actual of like how the characters look in the show without like pulling up the show, then it's kind of nice to just use the wiki. Yeah, you can pull up the show. I have pulled up the shows for things as reference before, like using it from Crunchyroll, but when you pause Crunchyroll for too long on like your laptop, it'll just like exit it, you know, or it'll just like think that you're not watching, which I guess you're just using it as reference, so you're technically not watching, so it like pops out of it, and I don't like that. So the wiki is definitely a game changer. And now after lining, I am starting with the skin first on frieren. Sometimes I like to start with like the hair color just because I think it's really fun to do the more colorful parts first. But frieren doesn't have really colorful hair because her hair is like white, which when you have like white hair, it's like to draw white hair, you can either do it like pure white or you can start adding some like grays or like blue tones, because usually it just takes on like whatever color or lighting that the character is in. which I think is kind of cool. You know, like when people draw like white dogs or like a white animal, you know, they'll have to use a bunch of different colored pencils, which I'm like, how do you even know what color that is, you know? Sometimes I should probably try doing that again, because it's definitely a challenge, and I avoid challenges sometimes, you know? Yeah, I think I did like a character, an animal one like that in high school, and it was like a nightmare. I did not like it, did not enjoy it. But I think for the white fur, I did it on like a black background, so it just like really pops, which makes sense because you don't really want to do like white fur on white paper. I know it's possible. It is possible. People can do it, but I just haven't done it in a while. I think if I were to do an animal character nowadays, I don't know. I just don't draw dogs that often. So maybe I'd draw like a furry character. Because I know that some people draw like their own fursona or like a character from a game they play or something. That would be fun. I know, because I play like some Hoyoverse games, and I know Lycon would be a fun one to draw for sure. Yeah, and so I just added some gray in her hair. I didn't really do too much with the white hair, and then I just went and I did her eyes, adding in some like green. And then I did like a little bit of gray underneath her lash line, because sometimes I feel like that can make the eyes pop more. And then I really actually like how it looks with just like white lashes and white pupils, so like I left it there for a little bit, but inevitably I did go back in at the end and like get the black, you know, for the eye line and everything. But I do like how white looks on it. She'd look good with like white lashes. I have tried before to do like white eyeliner and white lashes, and I look crazy. I don't know how some people pull it off, but it is just not for me. I haven't gotten to that talent skill level yet where I can just do a look and make it look immaculate, you know? And now I'm just doing Fern's eyes, pulling out the purple. I has such a problem with finding like a light purple or like lavender color for ohuhu markers. I think there is like a pastel purple. My pastel purple is gone. She has been used so much, she is gone. So I had to use, I got this like purple from Artist, I think it's Artist Loaf. Loaf, it is not Loaf. It is from Artist Loft. It would be kind of cool if they named their things Loaf. That'd be kind of cool, you know? I like the bread motifs. I do enjoy a good bread motif. But yeah, I don't tend to use these ones as much because I don't like them as much as ohuhu markers. I don't know, I feel like the brush side of it feels different, and I'm not really a fan of chisels, but I let myself use like the chisel end of this one because I was like, I can trust it, you know, I can do this, I believe in myself. And I do not like how I colored this purple. Like, I feel like it just wasn't as even as I normally do things, so I probably should have taken the brush side and gone slower, because in some areas, yeah, you see like right where I'm coloring now, I feel like I made that like too dark in some places, and I tried to fix it later and it was just, yeah. And so then I tried to add some like shadows for her hair, like a little bit of darker pieces around the edges of the bangs. I don't know, it's not my favorite. And then I went over the eye again to make it a bit darker. Like, once again, I still kind of like the white pupils and the white lashes. Although I think Fern does have some white pupils in the show. Yeah, I just checked the wiki again, and she does have the white pupils in the show, which I think is really cool, because most characters have black pupils, so it's just something that sets her apart. And now I'm just coloring Stark's hair. I tried different reds from my ohuhu marker kit, and I kind of liked the rouge orange, which is like, I guess it's an orange, but it's like rouge orange, so it kind of looks reddish. So I just didn't want to do like the deep red and like the cherry red were looking like too pinky or like too dark of a red, so I thought that a rouge orange would look good on him. And do you guys ever get like weird sound bites just like stuck inside your head? I've been getting that like all the time. I don't know if that's TikTok brain rot, just in my mind, an infestation. But currently I have the welcome to Squidward's Tiki Land. Tiki. I have that one going through my head, so it's been, it's a fun morning. Yeah, and so then I finished doing the orange, and then I did the little black part of his hair. I really like that, the black that he has on top. I feel like black and red are like some really badass colors. When people get their hair dyed black and red, I'm like, they are in a badass phase. You know not to mess with them when they do that. And I also, in the show, I loved the dynamic between Fern and Stark. A lot of people ship them. I think they're cute. I do think it's funny when like Fern is like overly suspicious of him and like what he's doing. I think that's a fun thing. And then I think when coloring in his skin, I know he has like a scar on his right side, and so I didn't quite capture that very well, so maybe I'll go back in later into my sketchbook and I'll fix that. But yeah. And then sometimes I do like to go and use a colored pencil when I am doing the skin tones, just if I want to get it like a slightly different color tone. And if like you have like patchiness of the markers, like if your marker is dying and will not get through the process of coloring the page, you gotta pull out the colored pencil and it will save the page. It will be your best friend in that scenario. I have like a tan colored pencil that like I love, and it is like a nub. It is a nub, and I have moved my stuff, like I've like rearranged my desk and I have no idea where it is, and I'm so sad about it, but what can be done? Yeah, so all of them are now colored in, like they've got their flat colors in, and I thought it would be cool if I did like a little dungeon wall behind them. I don't think it turned out that great, but I just did not have the patience to make it like a perfect dungeon wall. So this is like a quick version of a dungeon wall. We do not judge her. She was not made well, So I did all like the line boxes for it, and then I just went in with a gray Posca pen, which is also like, it's not dying, but the problem is this paper, I do not recommend this sketchbook. It is like pillowing so much of the Posca pen, the actual pen part, like little fluffs keep coming off of it, and I do not recommend. And so, like when you use a sketchbook and you don't recommend it for yourself, you wouldn't get it again, right? I got it again. I have done this to myself like 2 times, and it's not a small sketchbook, so I don't know why I'm like this. It's like when you're a creature of habit and you're just like, oh, I'm used to the sketchbook, so I'll just use it again. But the second time is where I draw the line. Once I'm done with this one, I am not going to buy it again. In fact, I actually visited my sibling recently, and they had extra sketchbooks, and like they gave me one of their extra sketchbooks. I was so happy. And it's crazy because as I was using like the new sketchbook, like I can erase my lines like several times and the page is not going to freak out. And this sketchbook, I will tell you, will freak out if you like erase several times, and which is not great for drawing. Yeah, and so then I filled in her eyelashes black. Look at me getting distracted. But yeah, but I filled them in black, even though I loved how the white looks. And then I added the little highlight in Frieren's eye. And I love adding highlights. It's like a reward for doing the whole thing. It feels like a reward. And then I started filling in Fern's lash line black, and then I went in with a violet purple Posca pen, and it did a darker effect on her eye so that the lighter purple in it would pop more. And for Posca pens, the purple there's a violet purple, and then there's like a lavender purple. No, sorry, a lilac purple. And the lilac purple is not as light as I thought it would be, and it makes me sad sometimes because I'm like, oh, I wish I had like a light purple Posca pen, but it just is not to be. But I would have known that if I would be able to try the Posca pens, but those things are like really hard to test out at the store. I mean, the pack that I got, it was like behind the cashier because they didn't want like people to steal them. I guess they're in high demand, you know, because Posca pens are great. And then I'm going in back and coloring the dungeon wall more gray because obviously there's no like white dungeon walls. But yeah, my grays are dying too, so I just need to get some new markers, but it's always hard to find like the exact markers that you want and just get those ones. I wish you could do that, like go to like the website and click like, oh, this one, this one, this one, and it would send it to you in a pack, but I don't think they do things like that. I wish they did. That'd be fun. It would also be nice to like draw these three in like a group pose or something. I think that would be fun. And then I drew one of my favorite, kind of like a side character in it. This is like in the second exam that they take the proctor for it. Because I just thought she was a really cool character, and like the abilities that she could do with her hair was really fun. And so many characters in frieren are just like really well developed and well made characters, even though they're not part of the main crew, which I thought was cool. And then this is the full spread. Thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate any support.